If you love full-on pain and misery, and if you love two idiots always ranting and going about things in what is going on here? Apparently we have lost Connor. We have oh there he is. What's going on there, man? Just yeah, I mean, okay. First of all, welcome to. Okay, I've really lost track at this point. Episode number 19 of the Flame and Talk podcast with myself, Noah Adler, and the guy who now has a brick wall as his background, Connor Dolan.
I don't care.
How are you doing, buddy? He's at the point, guy. He's just at the point.
Hell on earth.
It's hell on earth indeed. And well, you know what? And the thing is that we got a lot to discuss. We've got a lot of games to recap. I mean, how many games do we have to recap? Because it was Arizona, and it was the Leafs, it was the Oilers, it was the Blues. Yeah. And then it was last night. Which the last two games you're like, yeah. Just nope. For a team that says we want to make the playoffs, like that,
there needs no recap.
If it wasn't over before those two games, it was over after those two games. This could honestly just be the episode of like watching Connor look up at the ceiling, guys. This really just could be the episode where Connor just looks up to the ceiling, and it would still be a lot more entertaining than what the Flames are showing us on the ice. Yeah,
yeah.
Do you just have any overall? Do you just have any overall thoughts in general?
No. As a Flames fan, I am now. I've gone completely numb, and there are no thoughts in my head anymore.
Yeah.
There needs not be really anything to say at this point. I just need to almost sit back and watch as the pain continues. I honestly don't have anything to say. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, guys. You do you. You know what? Murray Edwards? You wanna fucking. You know what? The only thing he's tanking is the franchise. And I think he's gonna, you know what? Like, the only thing he's tanking is the franchise, not the actual team, but the franchise, making sure that nobody goes, so he can get to his prime spot in the States.
Cleveland, Ohio, baby.
Yep. Or they're going back to Atlanta. I don't really care at this point, dude. I don't care. I don't care.
And the Flames really serve a purpose right now, and that's background noise. They're only good for background noise when you're like, okay, you have other stuff to do around you. You don't give a shit, basically.
No, actually.
That's how some of us feel right now. Like
you know what's funny is that I'm at a point now where they don't even deserve to be in my background noise. You know what deserves to be in my background noise? Fucking the Matthew Good band on my vinyl.
I hope it's not. I hope. Oh, okay. I was hoping there was no Matthew Good band slander right there.
No. Matthew Good band on my vinyl record. So I'm
we do have a lot to talk about on this show, though, for sure. It's not, and we're not really gonna. And by the way, folks, just a disclaimer or trigger warning out for all of you. The 2018 World Junior scandal investigation is coming very, very close to end, and we've been seeing like lots of rumors out there. Me and Connor both have our opinions strictly about this. But just to be respectful of the process, we will not dive into it on the show until the process has been completed. It's just it wouldn't be
Yeah.
the best way to speculate on this show. But
Yeah.
let's just talk about when the hell this team is going to make trades, because you would see after these past two games, and a lot of people in the media have been saying these 3 games are the determining factors to where this team is going. Because with the All-Star break coming up and with another gauntlet of a February coming up, the decision is pretty clear now at this point. Is it not?
No, it is. I mean, a lot of people are probably in agreement with you and say, like, okay, let's do something. Let's fucking actually do something. We have the only thing we have done right now is we have put 3 guys on waivers.
Yeah.
Three guys on waivers. We had Ruzicka and D. Simone, and then who was our third? Who was that third guy that was earlier?
Who's the third?
I want to say Dewar, but I don't think.
Yeah,
Dewar,
it was Dewar. It was
was
Dewar.
it Dewar?
But no,
Okay.
nobody claimed it though. No one claimed. No.
So basically, they have. So we've lost 2 guys for nothing. Which honestly, I mean, D. Simone was just really and so was Ruzicka. Like they weren't really doing much. I'll be honest. I would have liked to see from the defense core definitely Osterley get out, but you know what? Like we've got now 2 more open spots, and I guess from the past couple of nights we've seen also Matt Coronado back on, and then Oliver Shillington. So we have the spots. You have the spots of Shillington getting back, and then we had who was it? Cole Schwint.
Yeah,
Cole Schwint and Adam Klapka coming up from the AHL. Actually, and you know what? They haven't been doing bad. I gotta say they have not been doing bad. It's for a 4th-line team. Like just, it's good.
it's funny for almost a week since the last time we did an episode. A lot of things have happened, including a lot of those call-ups, waiver sends, scandals to an extent. I mean, remarkable comebacks, but then also the Calgary Flames as a whole, just an absolute tire fire of a team.
Let's see, who are they playing next? Because we won 4 in a row. Now we've lost 4 in a row. Okay, Chicago. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, okay, that's a definite loss. Okay, so we're going 5.
That's definitely a loss.
And then,
that's not going to be a win at all.
And then the one after I think was the Bruins.
Yeah, Boston.
Okay, so
Boston's right after.
Oh, you know what? Then that's good.
Yeah, dude, it's giving me another gauntlet of a schedule coming up, man. So it's pretty much going to sink this team into the abyss.
Good.
Really going to sink this team into the abyss as it's really near the trade deadline. Because hey, it's just it's pretty clear what this team should do, but what this team what people think this team should do and what this team decides to do are completely different things.
Oh wow, we don't have a game other than on set. Tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, we're done until after the break. Wow.
Thank God. I could use a break, to be honest.
I thought we had at least one more.
Jeez, I could use a break, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
then I even mentioned too, we only have 2 months left in the season after that. So, I mean, let's talk about, because now we're at the All-Star break. Let's quickly, after the game after Chicago,
we will be.
It's gonna be post first half, really at that point.
Yeah.
Do you really have any thoughts about the first half in particular? Anything that you liked or anything you disliked?
We are in the exact same spot as we were last year. So, what is there to talk about other than that?
Exactly.
Welcome to Flames hockey, man. That's it. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. It's just the definition of insanity, literally. So I don't know. I have nothing to say.
I don't. Yeah, it's like the blown lead to St. Louis, and then last night's debacle. Like this is really the Calgary Flames in an absolute nutshell as an organization.
I gotta tell you, yesterday's game, I shut off after they scored the shorthanded goal.
Right.
I actually shut it off. I'm like, I'm not gonna
Wow.
deal with this because I know what happens. Because we weren't in the kind of spot where we could have that comeback again. But I could tell we were not in that
Right.
spot to do so.
Mhm.
And plus, we were against a very low ranking team, so I already know that we were going to fuck it up somehow. So
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, for me, man, like, I mean, spring training is in a couple weeks, and it cannot come any sooner.
yeah,
It cannot come any sooner for me. But you know what? Let's get the ad read done. So obviously, this podcast is a part of the Hockey Podcast Network, but we are presented by our good friends over at DraftKings. The one thing I will say is we do know hockey, so the games move fast. But with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, you can score faster than anything happening on the ice. This week, new customers can bet $5 and get 200 instantly in bonus bets. Call to action, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app with code THPN. New customers can bet just $5 in the NHL and get 200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code THPN. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccbg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resort in Kansas, 21 plus ages varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire when 68 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/hockey for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. The NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the National Hockey League. Copyright NHL 2024, all rights reserved. I'm coming off a cold, by the way. So
I'm going on cold. If you guys have noticed my voice, I mean, first of all, I'm a little depressed with this fucking team, but also
right.
through the week, I've kind of gotten a little more of my voice is sounding a little shittier than it usually is right now. So
yeah,
it's today was definitely a good example because I was having things like that. You can hear. No, I can barely speak today. So
yeah. I've obviously been battling with a cold this week, but I pretty much like maybe 90% better at this juncture. I pretty much went through that one quick, but it resulted in my mustache being shaved off.
why
Well,
was it for?
well, no. Well, I think the thing is like sometimes the germs would build up in the mustache too, and that necessarily wouldn't help. And it's like the second time I got sick in like 2 months. So, but anyway,
So
let's
everybody,
quickly talk about.
please in the comments, call Babyface Noah. Comment Babyface Noah, please.
Pretty boy would be. I mean, Pretty boy would be a little more.
Babyface. No, Babyface.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a second. So now you're heading into the All-Star break with all these decisions, and I think we all know at this juncture where they're leaning towards. And even I think we're telling by how the players have performed the last couple games, they know exactly where this is headed.
Playoff push.
But let's talk about this seriously. So, between the three UFAs, who gets traded first?
Lindholm.
Okay, and why is that?
Lindholm is still asking for $9 million. Lindholm is showing very lackluster results for a guy who wants $9 million.
Mm-hmm.
unless he decides to suddenly change his mind and say maybe that's 7.5 or even less, we get rid of him right away because he will continue to ask, and he'll continue. And frankly, I'd rather him gone than for him to change his mind, for him to really think it over. Because I'd rather him gone and say, "All right, well, we got you someone who will actually give you maybe that 9 million contract extension."
Yeah.
Plus, we need. I think what it would be nice is if he were to be gone. It's a good spot for Peltier to start. There'd be something
I
for
agree.
him to go. He'd be a good replacement. Now, I think he has to also. There needs to be some like Coronado. There's going to be some time where he has to get back.
By the way, Peltier is not a center. He's a winger. But I see the point.
Same shit, different pile.
I see the point though. I see the point.
I don't really.
Yeah, I you know what? I would say I would lean towards Lindholm too, but I don't know, man. Like I think if you're the Flames, if you begin to put these guys available, I think who gets the most, let's say between the three that you put on the market, let's say you put all three of them on the market available for trade, right?
Yep.
I think the most interest you're going to garner is possibly Chris Tanev, really. And I'll say Tanev for this reason, because I really think he's going to garner at least 8 teams' interest, especially those who are playoff teams.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of defenseman that teams are going to want to need in the playoffs. And there's no doubt in my mind that a team's going to pay a premium for that. And I think out of all the three of them, Lindholm gets the worst return.
All right.
Lindholm gets the worst return. There's no way the Flames are getting decent value for Lindholm at this point.
Yeah. I don't know.
No way.
Do you think that Tanev would you think that he'd go towards the Edmonton Oilers, or do you think that they are no longer looking towards their for a defenseman? Because I've been hearing about a juggernaut now.
I would say so. Here's where I'm at this point. I think personally, the likeliest team to get Chris Tanev is either the New Jersey Devils or the Vancouver Canucks.
I was thinking the Canucks too.
I think Vancouver for sure. I mean, especially you've heard over the last couple of days, it being reported that Quinn Hughes apparently wants Tanev back in Vancouver. So that I think makes the Canucks push for him even more so. I think. I don't know what the price would be for that, but I also think that Tanev. There is a rumor out there that Tanev was hoping that he would going back to Vancouver and not Zadorov necessarily, right? So the thing that's the thing that I know people would want to resign Tanev because of the heart and soul and that type of stuff. But guys, we got to be reasonable here. You can't just re-sign a guy because he's a heart and soul guy. I'm sorry, it's not how these things work.
Yeah, no. And then Hanifin. So Tanev is that kind of hard, gritty guy who is very, he's fearless. He is, and he'll get in front of the pucks in his own D zone. He's pretty good. He's not really an offensive guy, but if you're not looking for an offensive defenseman, then guess what? There you go. If you have your whole offense doing the offense part, then what do you need, right? So what about Hanifin then? Because Tanev is pretty much we know his identity. Hanifin is.
What if you did a thing where you packaged Hanifin and another player, maybe an Elias Lindholm or Jacob Markstrom?
I was thinking Markstrom.
To the Colorado Avalanche.
For it better be picks.
So this is tough
because don't you dare. It better be picks.
Okay, hold on. Just let me think for a second here. So when you look at it, I'm wondering, does Colorado really trust Georgiev? Georgiev? That's my biggest thing, because or is he injured? I'm not. Anyway, I'm confused. But anyway, Colorado really needs that number one guy in goalie. Why not do a trade that involves maybe either an Elias Lindholm and Jacob Markstrom, or a Noah Hannafin and a Jacob Markstrom to the Colorado Avalanche? Maybe that's when the Avs would be fine parting with Bowen Byram and the first round pick. And the first round pick would have to come back.
Yeah.
I don't think, and by the way, I need to stress quickly that it's not likely. That this scenario is
First
not
round
likely.
pick, Bowen Byram. No.
Something else probably too. I have to assume someone else would come back too.
Could they? Dude, I always forget. Could they retain? Would we still retain his salary, or would they retain it?
Well, we would definitely be retaining on Lindholm and Markstrom if we had to, possibly. But
so why don't we say you retain it, but we only get Byron and a first rounder?
Then I think it makes it easier for them to move on from Byron at that point. And I think that's when the price becomes a little more of a premium. But I also think the Avs are crazy for if they were to trade Byron either way.
Give us McKinnon.
Yeah. Give us Nathan McKinnon, please.
There's the star power right there.
There it is, man. Like that. I mean, that would be an insane overpay. Could you imagine?
And imagine if they decided to just all of a sudden say, "Oh yeah, by the way, buy McKinnon." You know how you're basically right now on par with Connor McDavid. Yeah, you're going to be traded to the Calgary Flames,
a team that wanted to actually trade for that pick. Funny enough, in 2013, but the Colorado Avalanche were like, "Yeah, no, we're not trading that first overall pick."
Not that one.
Yeah, not that one.
Not that one. Listen. We know the guy. We've seen him. There's something with this guy. We know this kid. He's good.
He's gonna be unbelievable, guys. He's gonna be in Hart Trophy races every single year.
And lose out to Connor McDavid. Oh Jesus.
Oh my God.
He's gonna be in races and always lose.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, man, based on I think where things are going at this point, I think all three of them get traded. I don't see a scenario where they extend either one. I really don't.
We need to start looking at it really soon. Like we need to start looking at it really soon.
Well, and I imagine that week off, it's going to really give them the ability to have a look at it. Like Lindholm, I really think that's where the discussions are going to begin.
Can you imagine
if they haven't already?
Lindholm being traded to another team in the middle of the All-Star break.
Well, it did happen with Bo Horvat, funny enough.
So, oh my God, dude, that would actually be hilarious.
That would be so funny if that happened. But yeah, I definitely would be expecting a few trades post All-Star break for sure. Maybe not right away, but within like 2-3 week period. There's no doubt. I think all three of them probably will be gone by then. But
I hope.
But you know what? And this might be my naiveness kicking in, but there's just no scenario where all three of them are going to be back with this team. I don't see it. I would be very shocked if one of them was back at this point.
Yeah.
But as I said on past episodes, I'll believe it when I see it. So I think that's going to do it for us on this very short. We figured we'd keep it short for this.
Well,
there's
yeah.
just not much to say at this point. And I know people are going to be asking us, what are your thoughts on the whole possibility of the Dubé stuff and whatnot. I mean, again, as we've talked about, we're going to let the process play out itself, and we're not going to really dive into it on the show until there's something to really dive into in that regard. So, respect for the process. We'll just let it play out itself.
No, yeah, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. When right now,
yeah, I don't disagree.
It's still that process of they are innocent. So we're going to. We're going to collect some information whenever we get some, I have a couple of screenshots of just information as to who's been, in what process and whatnot. So, but we will, when the time comes, either before the All-Star break, we do an episode either before the All-Star break or right after. I don't know.
Well, and then that press conference, from the London Police is expected actually on January 4th. So it's right after the All-Star.
You mean
Right after the
February 4th?
February 4th. Thank you. Thank you. It's right after the All-Star break's done. So that's gonna be
We will see.
yeah, for sure. But anyway, I mean, one thing we'll say though before we wrap up is shout out to Oliver Shillington. Great to see him back on the ice for
Yes.
sure. And he played. I thought he played pretty well last
He
night.
played a hell of a game. Like he
He did.
actually really went for it. I wish he would have gotten at least a point in that game, but I don't know what it is this year with Blasty jerseys, but we've pretty much almost every time we've worn the Blasty jersey, we've lost. So you know what? Maybe for the rest of the year, we put on the Blasty jersey. There you go.
I mean, if my favorite hockey jersey of all time helps us, get first overall somehow, some way, then yeah, no way.
That was going to be my last word. Do you think even if we get a good pick, like a top 3 pick, do you think that the upper management, those up there, will screw it up and they'll trade it? Do you see that?
No,
I see that happening.
Unlikely.
I think they're that big of fucking idiots. I think that
I don't disagree with you, but they can't possibly be that dumb to trade a 3rd overall pick.
Have you seen?
Now they could screw it up by selecting a very bad player at a certain point, but
what I said is that they don't have Conroy, I know would have the decency to at least look at and pick a decent spot or a decent individual.
Right.
We don't. We are literally. I look at the whole fucking situation and how fucking stupid Murray Edwards, John Bean, and Don Maloney are. They all look at each other and they do this little thing with each other, fucking rubbing their hands together like, oh, wouldn't this be funny to the Flames organization and their fans if we really decided to get like 4 veteran players for our first round pick of 3rd overall. I'm sorry, I could see them do that. And then Greg Conroy is like, what is this? It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're that's but we're not actually picking this year on the 1st round, or at least we're not picking 3rd or 2nd or hell, even 1st overall this year.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up on that note. On this very short episode number 19 of the Flaming Talk podcast. We'll see what happens tomorrow night against the Blackhawks, and then next week, whenever we're back on for episode number 20, should be an interesting one. So
Mrazek shutout, by the way, in before Mrazek shutout.
It's
if
very
Mrazek
probable.
Is playing. Hold on. Before I say that, one more. Let me see. Before I say that, is Mrazek in tomorrow? Is it going to say confirmed or likely?
It's likely, I think.
Mrazek probable. So in before Peter Mrazek shutout. So Flames. So Sea of Red Central. Yeah. I said it first.
You did say it first. But anyway, on this episode 19 of the Flaming Talk podcast, as a part brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network and presented by our good friends over at DraftKings, for myself, Noah Adler, and Colin we wish you an amazing weekend, and we will see you post All-Star break.